So today we're joined with Shane Rochon, and Shane is one of our newest Canadian context missionaries. So we're just going to get to know him just a little bit today. Shane, why don't you just tell us about yourself and where you come from? Let us know who you are.
All right. Well, I'm originally from Montreal, Quebec, born and raised. Flew out here 10 years ago. Total Abraham thing. God told me to come out here and didn't know what to expect, what to do. And at that time, I was a theater grad. And so I was just coming out here with the plan of seeing what was out here in terms of acting opportunities and hopefully getting an agent. And getting my feet wet in acting. However, God had other plans, so eventually went to Bible college and graduated in 2011.
Now, you were involved with Power to Change, more specifically in what is called P2C Films.
That's
Why don't you
correct.
just tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, it's a new ministry under the umbrella of Power to Change, which they changed their name a few years ago. They used to be known as Campus Crusade for Christ Canada. So they have a number of ministries that operate there: Athletes in Action, Family Life, the Jesus Film Project. And so now they have a new ministry there, which is P2C Films. And they need a scriptwriter badly. And so this is another step of faith in that I have joined them as a scriptwriter and will assist the other ministries of Power to Change in writing content for them and their promotional videos, and also in their documentaries and providing narration, but also in providing our own original content for online purposes or streaming. Hopefully a couple of years from now eventually move into making our own original films.
Right.
Not just short films, but longer films as well.
Now, has story kind of always been a big part of your life? You seem to like to write story.
Ever since, I'd say, well, the earliest memory was when I was in grade 3, and that's when I no matter where we went, I always carried my pen and paper with me and just wrote stories, and then eventually went to acting school, and then developed an interest in script writing, wrote plays. After that, I started writing full-length plays for churches, which I still do and will keep on doing, just because it's something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I like to do, and so I always like to write plays that deal with what people are going through, that deal with, I don't want to say the ugly truths, but that just meet the people where they're at. And I think it's really interesting in that when you read the New Testament, Jesus told parables, and through the telling of parables met the people where they're at, and it was kind of an illustrated sermon in a way. So many times, you never know who's going to be in the audience. Sometimes it's their story that they're seeing on stage, and so to be able to bring that to film is kind of, it stokes me.
Right on. Now, I introduced you at the beginning of this as one of our Canadian context missions workers, but really the power of film is that it has a global impact. Why don't you just talk about that a little bit?
Well, you can reach people where they're at. The audience suddenly becomes larger. I also think that it's time in Canada to step up to the plate and just really use the gifts and the abilities that a lot of people have, and provide opportunities for these people to get involved and to start, communicating the gospel in a way that's more accessible to a wider audience.
Well, we're so glad that you're one of our partners, and it's so good having you as not just a partner, but as part of our family here at Spot Church.
Thank you.
And we just, we continue to pray and support you in this endeavor and this call on your life. We see the potential and the power in this area of ministry to have a global reach and to have an impact through the power of story.
Thank you. And thank you, Spa family, for your prayers and your support.